Social networks are a way of representing the ties that bind us as individuals into families, groups, and organizations and societies, with the realization that even weak social ties have the power to influence. Social network research has grown dramatically. Many people are not aware how much they use social media to connect with families, friends, and colleagues. They are also not aware of social media affects their mental and physical health by receiving hate and bad news on social media apps. As people do not realize social media affects everyone in our daily lives, such as at work, relaxing, and even sitting around and thinking. Also, social media is a well-known spice which leads people to have anxiety and depression for being on social media for long periods of time. In this speech, I plan to give the audience more information about social media and the way social media affects every person who uses the internet for social media purposes. First, I will be talking about the benefits why we get mental and physical health involved from social media. Second, could medication be used to help a person get distressed after being on any kind of media like social media that is involved in our routine? Third, how we can accommodate as parents controlling children's phones before their mental stress increases. I would like to begin by speaking about social media, about physical and mental health affects everyone from social media. According to health care providers, there are ways how social media can hurt people's feelings. There could be control, but it can affect people. In this case, we deal with stress, which causes our body to react to conversations made online. For many people, social media is becoming their main priority to rely on for any kind of information that we think is true and we accept it. According to Ian and Louise, many mental health related social media um, sites have emerged in recent times, with some targeting specific forms of distress. Many are structured as forums where users contribute to thread-style conversations. Nevertheless, we can enlist more healthcare workers to provide more information on why social media will cause our attention to be a mental health problem, including physical health problem as well. Now that I talked about the health issues increasing in at least one of the human bodies, such as mental and physical use in media, let's move on to the majority of people who get prescribed medication from doctors to release their pain from being on social media for long periods of time. There are several ways of medication can help our mental health. The fact that social media is causing this problem for several years is often brought up. Before knowing that medications solve our case of anxiety or depression, reading negative comments on a picture posted will affect us. In today's time, people are hurt on social media by constantly focusing on negative aspects rather than the positive. The main reason Ian Tucker brings patients from his company is to help people with low self-esteem. He says the asterisks of Lisa and Louise highlight the language challenges of managing one's medicated body. The site offers an instantly to sort and support and help in anticipating changes to the body. However, the visibility of one's activity on the site creates a shared concern regarding how support should work. For example, including trigger warning for particularly distressing posts. Information by expert is going to cause awareness for teens like Lisa and Louise to get mandatory help before realizing that medication is a way to fix a problem before it stresses them out. I have just discussed the benefits of going to doctors or sites for medication. Now I will talk about the reason why we parents having to take children's phones away, especially younger children. Parents need to be aware of their children being on social media to prevent them from making mistakes before living on their own as adults. In many cases, parents learn their children connecting with strangers online by knowing the dangers of it. In a case such as this, parents need to take children's phone away immediately so they not talk to strangers on any kind of platform. In order to be productive, Dr. Lisa says young people live in a world today that is constantly connected, and while this comes with benefits, it also comes with feeling that one is constantly visible and by extension accessed. This is perceived hyper-awareness about how they look, behave, act, and what they post, and how often they post. However, parents should encourage children with critical thinking lessons. They should inform children about dangers of social media and the benefits of using the internet wisely for learning purposes. In conclusion, let us review what I have covered in my speech by first speaking of main points I covered in this speech. First, I talked about the mental and physical use that social media is affecting our health every day. Next, I discussed the uses medication to help people with their health when they get distressed while being on social media for multiple hours. Lastly, I discussed when parents need to take away children's phones while they get stressed about not getting their electronics to connect with their friends on social media, which leads mental health problems in the long run for our younger generation. I would like to leave with you a quote from Sion. Social media are fundamentally changing the way we communicate, collaborate, and create. They represent one of the most transformative impacts of the information technology on business, both within and outside form boundaries. In the end, social media will be growing each year, but remember your health will not change for any reason possible. Thank you for listening.